In the Gita, the God himself is telling Arjun to take refuge in that supreme God, and for his attainment, advising him to go to those saints who are Tattvadarshi. Similarly, Allah is telling Hazrat Muhammad that there is some other complete God, and to attain him, look for those saints who are Tattvadarshi. Who is that Lord? To unravel all these mystical secrets, must listen the nectar words of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi, Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all religions.
It has been written about King Janak, God had written it in his speech through Garib Das Ji, that he had 10,000 queens. Out of them, the main queen, the first one, is called Patarani, who is the controller of everyone. When the sage reached there and sent the message that Sage Sukhdev has come and wants to take initiation from you, King Janak came out, bowed down. It is my great luck that a great sage has come to the servant's door. He got a cot laid down by the servants, got seat installed, laid beautiful clothes, and said, "Great sage Sukhdev ji, you sit." So Sukhdev ji said, "No, I will sit down. I have come to take initiation. I have come to make you Guru." Now, pious souls, King Janak said, "I will give initiation in the morning. You take rest." He took rest. What did King Janak do in the morning? He told his eldest wife, means who was called Patarani, that a sage had come to take initiation and wants to take mantra. He considers himself superior based on his power, and because of that he has become arrogant. Do like this. They put a pot above the stove and put thick woods in it and boiled the water like it is boiled for tea. Put a stool next to it to take bath and made Sage Sukhdev sit in front and said, "Sage, let me take bath, then I will give you mantra. Let me take bath." That Patrani, the eldest wife, the first wife, what she did, King Janak sat on the stool, and what did she do then? She would fill that boiling water in a jar and pour it on the head of King Janak and bathe his whole body with hands and pour boiling water on King Janak like this, and Sukhdev does like this. Sukhdev felt that he will burn now. As many times she would pour, Sukhdev does like this, that now he will burn. Then King Janak said, "O sage, O hermit, we are householders. Come, put your finger in the water flowing in the drain, in the gutter after I take bath, which is flowing inside the sewer. Show me the son of Vyas. Then I will know what a sage you are." Sukhdev said, "I will not make this mistake. If I put my finger in, then my whole hands will burn." So it is said,
राजा बिहंस देई जब तारी, और कहता मुझे स्नान करावे एक नारी.
her hands do not burn and you are becoming arrogant. So whatever knowledge King Janak had, he told to his disciple Sukhdev. Now, pious souls, it is the rule of God. The same King Janak was King Ambrish in Satyug, And God met King Amrish at that time, also had explained the knowledge, but other Brahmins and sages, the destroyer of the knowledge, also used to stay together. They did not let sage Amrish believe in God's knowledge. After that, the same soul of Amrish ji became King Janak. And then again God met him and explained the knowledge still. He continued to worship as per what he heard from other sages. Then King Janak explained it to sage Sukhdev. Now, pious souls, we will compare it with God's knowledge, what type of sages they were. By obtaining one power, they used to become God, and God Kabir ji tells, Almighty Kabir tells them that these powers are the enemy of creatures. Now let me tell you about some discussion that happened between King Janak and Sukhdev.
सुर नर मुनि गण गंधर्व ज्ञानी, सबसे ऊंचा है अभिमानी। अधर विमान चले मन रूपा, गर्भ योगेश्वर ज्ञान स्वरूपा। इंद्री 5-25 साधी, गर्भ योगेश्वर जोगी बादी। गरीबवादी जोगी बाद कर, विचरा तीनों लोक। सतगुरु जनक विदेही, बिन वो पावत नाही मोक्ष। सुखदेव कल्प वृक्ष की छाही, जनक विदेही करे गुरु नाही। जनक बड़ा अक सुखदेव जोगी, 10 सहस रानी रस भोगी। सुखदेव बोले ज्ञान विवेका, हम स्त्री का मुख नहीं देखा। हम हैं गर्भ योनि से न्यारा, ज्ञान खड़ग इंद्री पर हारा। कैसे शीस नमाऊं जाई, जनक विदेही राजा बाई। पुंडरीक नारद मुनि व्यासा, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश उपासा। आसन आदर अति अधिकारा, सुखदेव सकल माही सिरदारा। 14 भवन फेरे पल माही, सुखदेव सरवर दूजा नाही। सुरते 388, सुखदेव की सब करें खवासी। वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र ज्ञानी, कागभूषण कहो परवानी।
Now great men and scholars like Kag, Bhusand, Vishwamitra, Vashisht were present in heaven. They thought amongst themselves that he is not taking mantra initiation, then what will be his condition?
कागभूषणी ध्यान धर, बहे जो पद परवान। आधीनी अधिकार बिना, सुखदेव मूड अज्ञान है।
He is filled with arrogance by getting one power, and he is flying in the sky. So God Kabir Dev Ji also met Kag Bhusand Ji and explained to him a lot of knowledge basis that Kag Bhusand Ji is telling that Sukhdev, without humbleness you are destroying life. God does not like arrogance.
सनक सनंदन नारद भाई, सुखदेव ज्ञान बहुत समझाई। नारद कौंची मर गुरु की न्या, कहाँ ज्ञान में हो गया ही ना।
Sukhdev was given the example like Naraji made fisherman Jhimar a guru. What insult happened to him? Else he would have gone in the 84 lakh life forms. Now, pious souls, this is spiritual knowledge, true spiritual knowledge. Now here one more question will arise in your mind, that Guru must be made. But not anyone can be made a Guru. No, Guru should be complete. God says in his nectar speech,
पूरे गुरु की सेवा ठाने।
it will work with a complete Guru and will work with enlightened saints. Now as these saints and Gurus who are devoid of spiritual knowledge used to tell, there should be a Guru, be it anyone. Like Naraji made fisherman Jhimar a Guru. So a common man believed it is essential to make a Guru. Salvation cannot happen without a Guru. Whatever Guru should be made, our sister, a disciple, brought an old lady to the Karantha ashram. She was from Rohtak and she said that she will take mantra. She stays in our neighborhood. I said, all right, sister, tell her all the rules. I told her all the rules. She said, it's okay, it's okay. She took the mantra. After a week or 10 days, after 5-7 days, that sister said, come, let us go for Guruji's blessings. That old lady says, I will not go. I will never go now. So she said, we must go for Guruji's blessings, otherwise what benefit will you get? Old lady said no. And the sister saw she was doing older worship only, then where has your connection remained? She has, I had to make a guru. I will worship the same as I used to do earlier. I have heard that salvation cannot happen without a guru. So I made a guru, as I had to make a guru. So these ignorants have destroyed themselves like this. Till what their ignorance shall be removed, but it will be corrected with this true spiritual knowledge. Then it has been told that it won't work without a complete guru. This is also true. Now, saints give this knowledge that it won't work without a complete guru. Like Radha Swami, Dhandan Satguru. There are other sects, Nirankari, etc. They tell the importance of Guru, tell glory of Guru, and they also say it works with a complete Guru. Guru should be renowned. So the disciples who are of that category, in those groups, get to hear every day that Guru should be complete. So they are fixed there considering their Guru to be complete. One sister was getting old. She came to take initiation along with other sister. And her purpose was to get some benefit. She was not getting any benefit. Earlier she took initiation from Radha Swami, then from Sirsa, then she took from Nirankari also. She had made 4-5 gurus and the purpose for which she went was not complete. So she thought that this work of mine should be complete, then Guru will be complete. This was her thinking. So she came here and we told her that, Mother, if you have to take the mantra, then these are the rules and you will have to do devotion sincerely. She said, I know everything. I have made 5 gurus. I have come to make you 6th. I said, 1 complete guru is sufficient. What was the need to make so many? She said, I made it just like that. Someone will be complete, he will liberate. That I have heard it will work with a complete guru. That is why I made 5, that someone will liberate, someone will be complete. So this is no formula, this is no scale to identify that guru. So we are made so ignorant, we are definitely trying with our assumption, but are not getting away. Now here's some context. Who was that Jhimar whom Naradji made his guru? He was a pious soul who stayed in refuge of God Kabir sometime. But after some days we again stick to the knowledge of this Kal and abandon God's devotion. That naive soul had done the same. Then this Kal ruins the deeds of that pious soul. He gave birth to such a place as a fisherman. He catches fish, sells them and survives, also cuts them and eats. Now it is said,
कबीर कमाई आपनी कदे ना निष्फल जा, 7 समुद्र आडे पड़े मिले अगा हुआ.
what happened once a Kalu named fisherman caught fishes of all ponds of the state he used to live in. Those ponds emptied. He knew that the king in the neighborhood was a very religious person. He had ordered that there should not be violence in my state. There should be no violence to any creature. Due to this reason, no one used to catch fish in the pond. Kalu went and saw fishes so fat like pumpkin and healthy like God were jumping inside it. He thought I would catch them in the morning. He also knew that the king had given orders here. It is banned. He thought I would steal at night. He told his wife that I am going to that pond. Although it is dangerous, but let's see, this is our job. He reached that pond. There used to be bushes around the pond. He threw the net in the morning. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. It was somewhat summertime, bit cold. The weather was such he felt cold and came out from the pond. What did he do? He light fire to warm his hands. He broke wood and lit fire and warmed his hands. He thought, if there is anyone, then he would come here, let me burn fire. He lit fire and no one came. If there will be some watchman, then he will come and ask me how I was. I will tell, brother, I am a passerby, I am feeling cold and warming my hands. It was a little cold. When no one came, he threw the net. On the other side, the king of that state, the king of that area, riding on an elephant, was going to the other state. There was a path nearby, and immediately there was a turn. As soon as they turned, the whole convoy of the king was visible, and he saw them. The total distance to the turn was about 4 acres. That Kalu, fisherman, got scared that I am in trouble. The king has come, and today you will be sentenced to death. You have broken the law. He got afraid. What he did, he was wearing underwear and was prepared to go into the water. He had long hair and a beard. He did not find another way to escape, so he rubbed all burnt wood ash on his entire body, face, and sat over there. There was smoke and some fire was burning. He sat, forming the appearance of a sage. That king was religious. He saw a sage sitting. He stopped the convoy there. Stop. Get me down from the elephant. They put the stairs and brought the king down. Kalu saw by opening eyes that today you are dead. You opened half and then closed that today I will die. He's coming towards you. He thought there was no other alternative. If I will be saved, I will be saved in this posture only. The king called and saluted and said, Ram Ram, where would Kalu speak? He will be identified as soon as he speaks. He kept quiet. Now the king thought the sage saint is doing devotion, so should not be disturbed. He offered 5 gold coins at his feet as donation. There used to be gold coins of 10 grams each. The king sat for a while and bowed down and went. On the other hand, due to fear, because past rites were good, he got into meditation state and he is seeing a dream. On the other side, his wife got worried. He hasn't come. It was 10 in the morning. She went towards the pond. He told about and saw that he was sitting becoming a sage. First, his wife called him that you would die. Where are you sitting there? Come home fast. If someone comes here, he will catch you. He did not stand. So she slapped him on his back so that you could stand up. He said, I just came today. He thought the servants of the king had come. He says, I came today for the first time. He saw she was his wife. He said to his wife, where has the king gone? His wife said, which king? Kalu said, the king came here. She said, if the king had come, would he have left you? Then he saw 5 gold coins being kept. Now see how the change comes. Now he thought that, O God, O Almighty, I played on your name. I did a false play of your shelter and you gave me so much protection. You saved my life and gave me 5 gold coins. I could not earn this much in even 10 years that you kept near me. He became a recluse from that day itself that, O God, there is so much power and happiness in your name, in your refuge. He told his wife that take this earning of 10 years, 20 years and go. I will not catch fish after today. They went home. His wife said, "We can't sustain without work. Go." She gave the net in his hand and packed food along with him, and he went. He sat in the forest, ate food, and thought this, "O God, it is said salvation does not happen without a guru. O God, salvation does not happen without a guru. Some saints should be found. Go to saints and ask them." So one day, God, it is said, God only fulfills every requirement of this soul who nurtures everyone while entering in all the three worlds. God Kabir Dev Ji came acquiring the form of a sage and said to him, "Brother, devotee, why are you sitting? I am doing devotion." Then God said, "It won't work without a guru. There should be a guru." He said, "Yes, there should be a guru. You become my Guruji. Fine, I will give you mantra and do devotion, do like this and do not do this." Now, he worshipped sincerely and he had achievements in some days. On the other side, who was Guru now? Narad Ji had a problem. He was told that you go today morning and make him Guru, then your welfare will happen. So he was going in the morning to take a bath in some pier. Kalu fisherman met him ahead. So he made him Guru. That Kalu fisherman told him that, "Sage, chant this mantra, then your welfare will happen." Now, pious souls, the point is, we used to think that Kalu was a simple man, a fisherman, and Narad Ji made him Guru. Still his welfare happened of that level. Now, at that time, he was not Kalu fisherman. He had left all evils. He had become a saint. Still, we do not change that image and used to call him a fisherman called Jhimar, whereas he had become a supreme saint. Now, all these doubts must be cleared that it won't work by taking a mantra from any guru. That guru should also be of that level, to which level we want to practice. So, what is said? Now the problem came to Narad Ji that should I make fisherman a guru? Then he made him understand, "Brother, get your welfare done, else your destruction will happen." Then even Narad Ji made that fisherman a guru. Then his welfare happened, then he got happiness. Now here the same point is told
के नारद ने झीमर गुरु की ना और कहा ज्ञान में हो गया ही ना.
What is wrong about this? He got his job done, performed his devotion, else Narad Ji would have gone in 84 lakh life forms.
बोले ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा, सुखदेव नहीं तेरा ज्ञान प्रवेशा. चिन्या नहीं पुरुष अविनाशी, सुखदेव गर्भ योनि के वासी. जनक विदेह करो गुरु सोई, गर्भ योनि से छूटो तो ही. जनक विदेह का ज्ञान है न्यारा, सुखदेव गर्भ योनि अवतारा. योनि संकट दे कहाई, गर्भ योनि आगे है भाई. योनि संकट देह कहावे, गर्भ योनि कोई बिरला पावे. पिंड ब्रह्मंड दो है योनि, इच्छा बीज न सुखदेव भुनी. 14 भुवन फिरे पल माही, उड़ा फिरे पक्षी की नाई. तप का तेज ज्ञान असवारा, पाया नहीं मुक्ति द्वारा. सुखदेव ज्ञान ध्यान तप ही ना, जब लग राजा गुरु नी कीना. जैसे गंग अंग पर छारे है, तुमरा मोक्ष सुख जनक के द्वारे. राजा गुरु जनक 3 लोक तत्सार, मेहर करें गुरुदेव जद सुखदेव उतरे पार. मान्या वचन कल्पना छाडी, सुखदेव लगी लगन जद गाडी. सुखदेव छोड़ी मान बढ़ाई, राजा जनक किया गुरु जाई. बोले जनक विदेही राजा, इंद्री दमन करी किस काजा. ब्रह्मानंद पद मिला न तो को, ऐसे दर्शत है सब मोको. अगर फुलेल हमाम चढ़ाया, राजा जनक नान को आया। 10 सेंस में जो पटरानी, करे खवासी जल हर पानी। जरे अंगीठी बड़े तिस नीचे, राजा रानी परमल सींचे। आओ गर्भ योगेश्वर जोगी, हम राजा इंद्री रस भोगी। जो तुमरी दे अगन जराई, तो झूठा सुखदेव योग कमाई। मल्ला गिरराणी तन लावे, अगर फुलेल हमाम नवावे। राजा रानी शब्द स्वरूपा, सुखदेव पड़े अंधगर कूपा। अजब फुलेल लगावे अंगरी, हमरी जर है काया सगरी। राजा बिहंस दे जब तारी, हमें स्नान करावे नारी। कर स्नान तकत पर आए, सुखदेव परम ज्ञान गौराए।
Now, what King Janak tells,
के सुखदेव सुनो व्यास के पूता, इंद्री लार लगी संजूता। मन गुण इंद्री कर्म न जाने, व्यास पुत्र तू ज्ञान दीवाने। इंद्री कर्म लगाओ किसके, जिव्या लेप नहीं मधुरस के। नैन पटल में ईश्वर भागा, देखे सकल रूप अनुरागा।
now what is said? Well, pious souls, God gave this knowledge to King Janak. King Janak accepted God's knowledge, but he continued doing previous. He was a worshipper of Vishnu Ji. Still, the knowledge, the path that God gave, making King Janak and Sukhdev an example to you, accept it and listen very carefully. Now, what is said, what you are practicing now, King Janak was telling Sukhdev that salvation cannot be attained with the power you have attained. And God Kabir Ji wants to tell that what you are practicing is still Brahm level. You do not have complete mantra, then none of you will attain salvation. As there was King Amrish in Satyug, the same soul became King Janak. And the same soul of King Janak, the virtues he did at his time, performed sacrifices, the rituals he did after finishing them in heaven, the same soul became Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who is the originator of Sikhism. Now God came in Satyug. This soul did not agree with God. He came to Treta and met King Janak. He did listen the knowledge and made it the base as well, but worshipped the same which his gurus used to tell. And the same soul came in the form of King Janak in India, meaning present West Pakistan, earlier was India only. He was born in the house of Kalu Ram Mehta, and it is said,
जो जन हमरी शरण है, ताका हूँ मैं दासे। गेल गेल लाग्या फिरूं, जब तक धरनी आकाश।
so God met Nanak Ji on Bain River and gave him knowledge, then welfare happened of that pious soul. Similarly, from the same point of view, God Kabir Ji is trying to tell us that what these sages used to practice, how were they?
जैसे चंदन सर्प लिपटाई, शीतल तन भया विष नी जाई।
Now, Jaise Chandan Sarp Liptai. During summer, sandal trees are very cold. Sandalwood. And these snakes, to get relief from heat, wrap around the sandal trees. Now, what God is trying to explain, that like snakes want to get peace by wrapping around the sandal trees, it won't happen because the body has become cold. But the reason why it was uneasy, it has poison. Due to poison, it is uneasy. And until that poison finishes, it cannot be at peace. Similarly, God wants to tell that
कि जैसे सर्प चंदन लिपटाई, शीतल तन भया विष नी जाई।
meaning the reason for his problem does not end. So the point is, as you are worshipping with this, you feel that we are doing devotion, you are feeling satisfied, but the reason of your sorrow is due to your sins, and by not getting true devotion, those sins do not destroy. Until that sin form poison will not destroy, you will not be at peace. What you are practicing is like the snake by wrapping around the sandal feels that I am getting some relief, but that relief is not correct. It is due to that poison. When that poison is destroyed, then only it gets true relief. What is told ahead?
सीप माही जो मोती मुक्ता हल, बाहर खारा नीर हलाहल। सार वस्तु तो अंदर लीनी, सुख जमीन को दीक्षा देनी। सुख जमीन मिलता ना भाई, तो स्वाति सीप सब ऐली जाही। सुख जमीन की टक्कर लागे, जब मोती सो है गल दागे। खारा नीर गंध हो जावे, दो पड़ खुले कौन चितावे। सुख जमीन सतगुरु जल माही, स्वाति सीप का मेल कराही। ऐसे सतगुरु मिले जगासी, तो पावे वो पद अविनाशी। सुख जमीन सतगुरु हो आया, जिन ये तत्व भेद बताया। कर्म कुसंगत खारा नीरा, मोती खंड होत घन हीरा।
Now, what is he trying to tell here? The knowledge that God gave to Garib Das Ji of both, because both these sages were worshippers of Vishnu Ji, what is told? Like there is a shell, you must have seen a shell similarly. There is a flat worm, there is a cover over him, his body is flat, its material is like shell, it is hard. Then Sukach, that oyster, lives in sour ocean, and if it is raining from above, and if its mouth is open, then what it does at that time, it takes one drop of the water from the sky. It is called Swati Nakshatra. And after taking that drop, it closes the mouth and dives into the sea. Now what happens with that? There is an automatic system, and flesh forms itself on the mouth of oyster. A cover of flesh is formed over it from its body itself, and the pearl starts forming inside the shell. When that pearl matures, then a special fragrance starts coming from that flesh, the cover that is formed on the oyster's mouth. A special smell comes from that flesh, and there is a fish of very thin, long mouth. Saints have called her Sukachmeen. So, due to that smell, with intention to eat it, there is a small cover over that oyster's flesh intending to eat it. She hits it. As soon as it hits it, nothing is there to eat, but it breaks. Its mouth opens, and that pearl immediately falls in the ocean. Now, in this path of spiritualism, to make it clear how it is explained, like you have taken initiation, you took initiation and you did not get Sarnam. Your devotion continued till Satnam. Earlier, God did not order anyone to give Sarnam to public. Now, He has blessed this servant to make it public. So those who used to worship earlier, then this God Himself gave them these mantras. Salvation is not even with these two mantras. Salvation was not with even both these mantras, Satnam, until Sarnam is not received. Now what is told, like you obtain Satnam, God often used to give Satnam and also used to order to keep them secret. Then what happens by not getting Sarnam? They remain here in the web of Kal. So what is said here?
के सुख जमीन मिलता ना भाई, स्वाति सीप सब ऐड़ी जाही.
Airy means useless. So a complete guru should be found who has complete knowledge and has a solution, then it will work. Now what is God trying to tell? Through King Janak, God wants to give us knowledge. Now King Janak is made a character, Sukhdev is also made a character. God Kabir Ji wants to give us knowledge to you and us. What is told, like King Janak is explaining to Sukhdev that you were saying, I have controlled the senses. So it is said, Indri Daman Kari Kis Kaja. If by performing forced practice you try to control senses, then what is their fault? What is said?
इंद्री कर्म लगाओ किसके, जैसे जीवा लेप नहीं मधुरस के.
Now you eat honey. The honey does not stick to the tongue. There is an order of the mind that this thing has to be eaten. You eat that. The sense did its job and pushed ahead. Then there remained no link of that honey on the tongue. There remained no effect. Now, when you tie this mind with spiritual knowledge form rope, then there will not be any need of forced practice. And then you say, I have controlled myself and have won senses. This is your mistake. What is told?
कुरंग मतंग पतंग सरंग भरंगा, इंद्री एक ठगो तिस अंगा. कुरंग मतंग पतंग सरंग भरंगा और इंद्री एक ठग्यो तिस अंगा. तुमरे संग पांचों पर कासा, या योग युगत की झूठी आशा.
It is said you are immature. You are ruining your deeds. Like there is Kurang, deer, Kurang. Word is the defect of his ear. He gets so fascinated on word, he is so helpless that hunters who catch deer play one type of sound with a sarangi or with some instrument. It gets so helpless on that sound, the deer puts his face in front of that hunter like this, and it gets so fascinated by that sound that the hunter catches and takes it away. That defect of his ear became the reason for his death. Then it is said that Matang is an elephant. Sexual desire in elephant is extreme. What do elephant catchers do? They train one female elephant and make one very long and wide pit. They dig 5-7 feet wide and long, and they cover it with bushes, wood, and cover it with mud. They cover mud with fresh grass. They tear it and put it on top of it and sprinkle water and leave female elephants in the crowd of elephants. She goes and touches her body with the elephant to excite him. 2 to 4 elephants, being excited, follow her. Then she runs away in the same direction from where she was left. She comes running straight. First, those elephants run behind her. Then she cuts to the side because she knows that you do not have to go there, leaving that place where pit is made and turning towards side. Then the elephant run towards her, then she turns towards that side and runs straight, means she is trained like this, that one she would run away like this, that she herself comes along with that side and then she runs straight this side. Then the elephants run straight towards her and 3-4 of them fall in the ditch. They fall and then shout the whole day, and those elephant catchers standing there then prick them from above with long spears on their head. They do not get food for 2-3 days, then they surrender, become helpless, then they catch them. Now what is said?
कुरंग मतंग पतंग सिरंग भरंगा इंद्री एक ठग्यो तीस अंगा.
Then Patang. During the rainy season, you will see on light. Earlier there used to be lamps without cover. And these insects beings fly and fall over it directly and die by burning. It is uncontrollable for them. They are so helpless. They are so fascinated by that. They die but do not move. Then it is told like sring. A fish is called sring. Now what does a fish catcher do? He makes a hook of an iron wire and hangs a piece of meat in that hook and fix a rope to that hook and puts it into water. The fish immediately hits it to eat. She catches it like this and hits it. She wants to eat flesh. The hook goes inside her neck. He catches and throws her out. The taste of her tongue became the reason for her death. Then it is told, Bhranga. It is called bee. What does the bee do? He goes and sits on the flower and does not move till evening because he is getting great pleasure. Nasika sense has too much influence on it and it does not want to leave the fragrance. That flower closes at night. The bee is found dead by morning. Now, what God wants to tell is that this Kal, it is said, those creatures had one vice and that defect became the reason for their death. Tumhare sang panchon prakasha, yog yugat ki jhooti asha. And Kal has fixed all 5 vices in human birth so that he may not do devotion and should not escape from my web. So the point is what these sages and great sages are practicing with that. These vices cannot be destroyed. They cannot even get normal. Now there cannot be a bigger seeker than Lord Shiva. No one can be in these 3 worlds. To Lord Shiva, once Parvati committed such a mistake, like Sri Ram was roaming in separation of Sita in the forest. And Lord Shiva greeted from above. He said he is Lord Vishnu below. Parvati asked, whom are you saluting? Lord Vishnu has come. I am saluting him. Parvati said, I do not agree that God cries. Because when Sita was kidnapped, he was crying. I will test and will then agree that he is God. Lord Shiva had said, do not test. At that time she refused, but later taking a look after deceiving, she acquired Sita form and came in front of Sri Ram, and this Kal has the remote of them. This Kal is the owner of 21 universes. This Brahm is their father and makes them dance. Now on the other hand, Lord Ram does not know who kidnapped my Sita because their Kal turned off his intellect. In Gita Ji chapter 7 verse 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this Kal says that Arjun, the intelligence of intellects and brilliance of brilliance is in my hands. Whenever I want, I will turn it on, and whenever I want, I will turn it off. Now he had turned off the intellect of Ramchandra ji. He does not know who kidnapped my Sita. On the other side, when Parvati stood taking Sita's form, Kal turned on his intellect and he recognized that Maya, the daughter of Daksh, where is Lord Shiva? Why did you come alone? She felt ashamed that Lord Shiva, truly you are rightfully greeting. Then Lord Shiva realized now Kal is also a master. On the other hand, he confirmed in Shivji's mind that she would have definitely gone from behind. He asked, did you test him? She said, no, I did not go. Shivji understood that she is lying. That no, you had tested and from today you are no more a wife to me. You took the form of the wife of my elder brother. To me, you are now equivalent to my mother. Now Lord Shiv thought, I used to consider Parvati my most reliable. I used to believe in her and today she deceived me. Tomorrow she could do anything. So he thought, why do I need a woman? Because I have sexual desire. And if I destroy this sexual desire, then the thing will end. Neither there will be desire nor there will be need. So to end this sexual desire, Lord Shiva performed worship for thousands of years and believed that I have got control over my vice. Now on the other side, Kal does not like this. He thinks that today if Shankarji wins this vice, next time the second will do, then how will this creation work? From where will I eat? Kal inspired Lord Shiva. Someone came and said like this, when the ocean was churned, then Lord Vishnu snatched nectar pot from demons acquiring Mohini form and gave them the pot of the wine. So there was an inspiration in the mind of Lord Shiva that I will see the Mohini form of Lord Vishnu. He walked from there and came into the world of Vishnuji. Greetings happened with Vishnuji and he sat. Then Lord Vishnuji asked, why did you come? Is there some special work or you have just come like that? I have come for a special work. When the ocean was churned, then I had drunk poison, due to which I became unconscious. And I could not see your Mohini form. These deities tell that you were looking very beautiful. Today, show me the Mohini form. Now Vishnuji started laughing. Bholenath, how will I show you? That was some time. Brother, now I feel shame that I acquire a female form. Then Lord Shiva said that I will only go when you will show me that form. I sit. Now Lord Vishnu knew that he has come after sitting for 80,000 years, and if he sits here, he will not get up. Such a big problem has come. He said, your request is not right. How do I become like that at this time? Saying this, he entered inside his residence and Shivji is sitting outside in veranda. And there is a beautiful garden in the front. On the other side, Lord Vishnu disappeared and acquired the form of a very beautiful girl and is roaming half naked in the garden. Lord Shiva saw her, and there that Vishnu has gone inside and you walk ahead. Now to catch that girl, he increased speed. The girl also moved ahead and went ahead from behind a barrier. Lord Shiva held her hand. As soon as the hand was held, Lord Vishnu came in his form and said, as you are becoming mad, similarly I had made mad those demons. Now, by souls, God says,
जैसे अगन काष्ट के माही है व्यापक पर दिखे नाही, ऐसे काम देव पर चंडा व्यापक सकल दीप नौ खंडा.
It is said, as there is fire in wood but is not seen, and when match is lit to it, then see it fire up. So it is said,
जैसे अगन काष्ट के माही है व्यापक पर दिखे नाही, ऐसे काम देव प्रचंडा, व्यापक सकल दीप नौखंडा.
Now, the point is that if we try to do this useless thing, first we try to control our senses, then it is also found useless. So, what is told that the worship that I am telling God wants to tell, with that devotion, all your vices first, you will know after knowledge. The devotion that we do is this mind will become in such a situation that this mind will do nuisance but will not remain capable of doing any harm, because it will be able to see the fire. It cannot move ahead than this. We can attain God like this. Such procedure has been told. So the point is, the ongoing context was God Kabir Ji made a guru. The need for a guru has been told that
गर्भ योगेश्वर गुरु बिना वो करते हर की सेवे.
save means worship.
कह कबीर बैकुंठ से वो फेर दिए सुख देवे.
He was even thrown out from heaven that you get lost from here.
राजा जनक गुरु किया फिर किन्नी हर की सेवे. कह कबीर बैकुंठ में फिर चले गए सुख देवे.
He took the mantra from King Janak. Now he made a passport of the level of the guru he was. And from that passport, he can go only in that world for where it has been made. So pious souls, similarly, how terrible is the web of this Kal. Now where did King Janak himself get defeated? King Janak did many virtues, performed big sacrifices, did thousands of sacrifices of 100 crores at one time, sacrifices done of 100 crores for many crores and thousands, and basis that virtues were made. He was going in a subtle body in an aircraft after leaving the body. Ahead there was a big hell in which 12 crore souls were suffering. There was an outcry. Karl took his plane from near it. Sages, saints have humbleness. King Janak said, "Brother, guards," he told to the pilot, that stop this plane, and where is the voice of crying coming? Tell me. They told that here there is hell where 12 crore souls are suffering their sins. King Janak said, "Leave them, free them." Those guards said that here your order won't work. You are not the king. Here the order of Dharamraj is followed. Then he said, "Stop my plane here and make me talk to Dharamraj." The guards went and said that he is stubborn, and King Janak says that free 12 crore souls who are in hell. Dharamraj came there and said, "King, they cannot be spared. They will suffer their deeds." He insisted that if you cannot free them, then leave me also here. I will stay inside it. Now Dharamraj cannot leave him there. He told a way that if you want to free these 12 crore souls from hell, then you donate your virtues. King Janak said, "All right, I give my 50% virtues now." He gave half virtues, then all 12 crore who were in hell were parceled in plane to heaven along with King Janak. Now, pious souls, here also we are betrayed. Earlier what we used to do, this old lady, mother and sister will touch the legs of the old lady as formality is done, and the old lady used to give blessings that your husband should remain alive till your old age, your son should remain alive, your brother, nephew should live long, the river of milk should flow to you. The old lady had earned 4-5 pennies which she lost in the blessing. This was before. Now it does not remain in Kali Yuga. I have seen once she touches legs of her in-laws and she blesses that your husband should remain alive till your old age, your brother should remain alive, your nephew should remain long, your children should live, may your husband should have long age. And after some time, after 1 hour, do not know on what issue they quarrel. And that old lady says, your brothers may die, you wicked, you did this. Now that worthless ruined her deeds both ways, first by blessing, then by cursing. So, King Janak, this is Kal's trap that they may fill air from one tire to another, both will destroy. And here God is the pump, is given to everyone who does devotion of mantra. You also fill air means do devotional learning and engage your children as well, and everyone is told the method separately, make your deeds and let's go to Satlok. So 50% of the virtues were given to those 12 crore and all reached heaven. King Janak became very happy. He was glorified in the entire heaven that King Janak freed 12 crore souls. How much were they released? Till they received the virtues from King Janak. In the average ratio, those were distributed in 12 crores. To some it was for 10 days. Some stayed in heaven for 2 years. Consider heaven was for 2 years. So they will stay in heaven for 2 years. Then after that in hell, because those sins remained like that only. Their earlier sins remained as it is, due to which they were thrown into hell. But they got benefits for 2 years. They stayed in heaven for 2 years. After that, they were put in hell. Then they will suffer in the same way. And on the other side, King Janak was emptied by Kal, finished half virtues, and kept him for thousands of years in heaven. And then when virtues finished there, then what did he become? He became Nanak Ji. Earlier, he was the king in the form of King Ambrish. He was king in the form of Janak. He had servants in thousands and lakhs, and the same soul, by not getting correct devotion, by not getting true worship, Nanak Ji himself became a servant to a Nawab in Sultanpur. This is Kal's trap by souls. You will have to understand it very deeply. Till now we were only told folk tales, legends, stories just to satisfy our mind. No one has given us the conclusion. By the grace of God, Kabir Ji, you are getting this true spiritual knowledge. Now, by souls, God Kabir Ji, with intention that salvation cannot be attained without Guruji. And if I will not make Guru, then in coming times they will say Kal's trick will work, that Kabir Ji also did not make Guru. It will work without a Guru. And then Kal will deceive my souls. That is why now those sages do not listen to anyone's knowledge. Who? Swami Ramanand Ji, Brahmin priest. What method did God take to explain him knowledge? He acquired the form of a 2.5-year-old child when God was 5 years old and played spectacle in the body of a 5-year-old child. At that time, he acquired the form of a 2.5-year-old child and was on Panchganga pier in Kashi, where Ramanandji used to take bath. There a pier was made of cemented stairs. God Kabirji went on those stairs and laid in the form of a 2.5-year-old child. Swami Ramanandji used to go in the morning in Brahma Muhurt. It was summer. As soon as he was coming down from the stairs, God Kabirji was lying in the form of a 2.5-year-old child. The foot of Swami Ramanandji hit the head. He used to wear wooden footwear. As soon as the foot hit, God started crying as a child cries.
थे जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के मंगल प्रवचन। अधिक जानकारी के लिए विजिट कीजिए हमारी वेबसाइट www.jagatgururampalji.org। संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी के शुभ आशीर्वाद से पूरे विश्व भर में 500 से भी ज्यादा नाम दीक्षा केंद्र हैं, जिन पर संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी द्वारा ऑनलाइन निशुल्क नाम दीक्षा दी जा रही है। अपने नजदीकी नाम दीक्षा केंद्र का पता करने के लिए संपर्क करें 8222880541।